of my crash course in generative AI assignment. The part one is the part one is the Jupyter notebook that explain core generative model concepts and demonstrate text generation using GPT-2. And part two is a dynamic web page I created visually to show how prompt-based generation works. Let's get started with this. So first, here in part one, I've created a notebook that introduces four major families of generative models, GANs, VAEs. So GANs are the adversarial training models for image generations. VAEs are the VAEs are the latent variable models, diffusion models, which are used for high dimensional image quality generation, transformers, which are the foundation of modern text generators like GPT-2. So I also want to explain key architectural components such as tokenization, embeddings, self-attention, multi-head attention, feed-forward networks, and softmax outputs. So these are the table of contents where you can see what I've just explained now in a quick walkthrough. So now I'll go about the training and evaluation part of things. So I cover in training and evaluation. I cover how language models are trained using next token prediction objective and challenges like data bias, hallucination, exposure bias, and compute limitations. Then I describe evaluation metrics such as perplexity, BLU, ROUG, IFID, and the role of a human evaluation. Then this is so then you can see the training and metrics section over here. So there now I can just show you a code example over here also. The practical part of using Hugging Face's GPT to model is I load the model, define a text generation function, and test multiple decoding strategies. And text multiple decoding strategies, including greedy decoding, temperature sampling, and top Q sampling. So this is how it works. So first I'm setting this up. You can see the model and the vocabulary size over here. Just a second. I think there was an issue with the Python operator over there. And there you can see it's coming properly now. So with the basic text generation, you can see the max length, temperature, top and top key, which I just told now. So next, I'll go through the cells so for better understanding and visualization. So if you give like a sentence which is partly completed or which has lesser words, the GPT-2 model based on the training data it has, and it'll go through the list of words which should make more sense. Then fix it to this sentence and make it more meaningful. So it can make sure that a sentence is completed. So this is how text exam line can be like a half-filled line can be completed properly. So next I'll go over discussing the temperature parts. So here, here I'll demonstrate how temperature changes creativity. At low temperature, GPT-2 becomes more predictable. At medium temperature, it gives balanced, creative, coherent context. At high temperature, it becomes more expressive or chaotic. You can see here how with increase in temperature, the answers are becoming more chaotic and irresponsive. With respect to lesser or medium temperatures, we can get a better response over here. So next, I'll tell you about the top K and top Q sampling. I, so here we keep only the K most probable tokens at each step. We renormalize probabilities over the small set. Keep the smallest tokens whose cumulative probability exceeds P. renormalize over the entire set. And here I'll discuss about the three types of decoding: greedy decoding, and sampling with top K and sampling with top P. So you can see how, if a founder is asking about greedy decoding, how you can see how it changes. I'm not sure how to do it. I'm not sure how to do it. It gives on the same repetitive answer, because even though there is a proper given sentence to complete it, it is not taking that one. So for a top key with a temperature of zero point 0.8, it gives a proper response when compared to that of greedy decoding, which you can see over here, which is similar to that of a top key sampling also. So next I'll talk about the you can see I have generated a few how the text how the mm, how sentences are completed. So you see, once it goes through the entire list which has of a certain words which can be added to the sentence, and make sure that, so here uncertain has a greater probability of coming after the future of intelligence is the future of artificial intelligence is uncertain, or to form a sentence, this has a higher probability of the next one. Similarly, for each one, it goes through goes to one another, and it gives the correct response. So this is how we have done it. I have taken my references from the using transformer language models, GANs, and a few notebooks and online resources. I've used Hugging Face Transformer documentation and PyTorch documentation, and these are the licenses you can go through once. Next, I'll be explaining uh, next I'll be explaining how I have done the UI UX over here essentially, like I've done the model. So I'll be opening this with a live server. This is my HTML code. Now I'll just share the screen of this one. Okay, I think this is so. Here I've created uh, create a link where you can just give out prompts, and you can generate the rest of the sentence. Like you can do it like a sentence completion kind of tactic. So basically, if I give something like the future of, and if I generate a temperature of 0.8 and max tokens of up to 60, you can see the collaboration between human. It is the collaboration between human creativity and machine scale pattern recognition. Or if I give something like let's say um, yeah. So if I give something like AI's advantages when shaped by global conversation about ethics, policy, and innovation, like this, you can see how it is done. So basically, it's a simple tryout UX I've built over this. So you can increase the temperature more if you want to see a more chaotic response, or if you want to, you can decrease the number of tokens, but that reduces the that reduces the accuracy of the answer. So we created two buttons for generate text and clear. So you can see that also works here. So I'm this is what I'm demonstrating. This also explain how you can use this model in case you're not used to in case you're not used to working with generative AI models. So this is a basic video of how my generative AI crash course works. Have a look, and thank you.